All right, hey, yo, what's going on, all my gamers, all my VTuber gamers chat? In the middle of the stream, I had to stop, and I was like, you know what? I'm moving whatever video I was gonna put out right now to later in the day, because Cover Corp has actually announced that Suisei will establishing a personal agency called Studio Stellar and transition to a new support system aimed at strengthening her artistic activities. Chat, I've never heard of someone being the GOAT so hard that you just get an agency. And obviously, Suisei is someone who absolutely deserves it, right? So let's read on here. Cover Corporation is pleased to announce the establishment of Studio Stellar, a personal agency for Hoshimachi Suisei, and the transition to a new support system with the aim of strengthening her artistic activities and taking on the next stage in VTuber culture. Since her debut in March 2018, Suisei has been in activity in various fields and primarily as an artist. So this is basically an agency that is more for, how do I say this? Music, I guess. Is that the right word? Probably more for her like music activities and stuff like that. So less VTuber, more music, right? Like as an artist. So let's move on a little bit forward. This is just like saying her past activities and stuff like that. So, in light of these activities, after repeated discussion regarding her future activity direction, it's been decided that she will shift her focus of activities to solo activities through the establishment of a personal agency in order to realize her stage goal to perform at the Tokyo Dome and to further her success in the major music scene. So basically, Cover Corp believes in her so much that she got her own agency. I respect her past activity, or her past achievements and enthusiasm. We believe this change in structure, including an establishment of her own agency, is an essential option for shaping her future musical activities and continuing to reach her even greater heights. Furthermore, we believe that expanding the field of activity for VTubers through this challenge will be a significant step forward in realizing our message of cultured love by the world. I think this is a big step forward for a VTuber, right? Because, you know, Suisei has done a lot of firsts. One, she was the first VTuber to have a first take, which if you guys don't know what first take is, it's like a YouTube channel where various artists go on and perform live and do live performances. You know, you've had like Asian Kung Fu Generation. I think Yaosobi has a few on there, and various other Japanese artists. And Suisei was the first VTuber to do that. She's also the first HoloLive VTuber to be introduced in Fortnite, which is why she is now known as the girl from Fortnite, which is great. You know, I think Bibbidi Ba has how much? 100 million? Has 100 million views. Yeah, for 100 million views for her music video Bibbidi Ba, which is a great song. Yes, I was introduced through Fortnite. No, I cannot stop listening to it. And I don't think I want to stop listening to the lost. I don't think I want to stop listening to it. Sorry, let's keep going. In the future, as HoloLive production and by extension the entire VTubing industry evolves into a culture enjoyed by more people, Hoshimachi Suisei's leap forward will play a crucial role, and we will continue to fully support her activities. Regarding her future activities, collaborations, and group activities as a VTuber belong to HoloLive production will continue, and various measures such as event appearances, product planning will be implemented as appropriate in consultation with our company and relevant parties. So she's still gonna finish her HoloLive activities and stuff like that. On the other hand, her solo art activities, including music activities, streaming activities, new merchandise sales, and imagine being you no longer have to split your merch. Probably, I don't know how much she's gonna get out of the percentage of her merch sales, right? Because she is now the boss. The agency is hers. It's a personal agency. Merchandise sales and fan club management will be transferred to her personal agency, Studio Stellar, which makes sense. She has a song called Stellar Stellar. Furthermore, in establishing her own personal office, Nerd Co. Will be in charge of talent management and will support her solo artist activities under a collaboration system with our company. So, they're still collaborating with Cover Corp, which is why, they want to announce it. If we continue to support our activities in the future, we would appreciate your continued support for Suisei and Hololive production. Chat, there's just no way. Well, like, how do I say this? It's really funny seeing Hololive just keep growing and growing and winning, right? They're just not really doing anything. How do I say this? They're not doing anything. Not new. What's the word I'm trying to look for? Do nothing and win, I guess, because they're just winning. They just be signing the best talents, and with Suisei here, dude. I've seen this live, by the way. The Stellar live performance. It's insane. It's actually a very emotional performance. So let's just read a little bit more. He got the President Sagi. He's kind of like breaking it down real fast, so we'll just read a little bit of it. Suisei has become in a league of her own, so much so that she has launched her own agency to manage herself. She essentially is her own brand, managing her own projects without having to answer the cover corp or follow their procedures of protocol. Or protocol. This seems to make it so that projects are done faster, more efficient, according to Suisei's own standard. In a sense, she is now an indie, as a future solo content will be managed by her own agency, but she's still affiliated and works closely with Cover Corp. So, there's a pretty fast breakdown in case I wasn't very clear as to what she was doing. This is the most important thing, is that this is her own. She's just kind of like an indie, right? Because the company is hers. She doesn't really answer to anybody. They just work with Cover Corp. I don't know what like the splits are gonna look like for that, but I imagine, and I know it's not so much about the money, but it is insane how much money she's probably gonna be making now that she is the boss, right? Now that she just has her company. This is a first for Hololive and is the most interesting development for the company. The girl who begged for Hololive to keep her IP. Also, I didn't know that until I looked at her story. I watched her story video once, and I'll never watch it again because I was in tears the whole entire time. I don't know why. But yeah, the girl who begged Hololive to keep her IP has gone this far. It's honestly so beautiful. I've been there watching her development of Hololive. Lower number talent down this. This is why she is the GOAT. Chat, like I said, you have goated so hard that you get your own company. I just want to look at some of the reactions. You have Callie here saying, no longer a mere rough stone, but a diamond that everyone yearns for. Its brilliance. We have Bay. I'm at a loss for words. Even before joining Hololive, I've always admired you. And working together, singing together, and playing together all this time has made me truly feel that Senpai has become is a beacon of hope. As a junior and as a fan, I'm so excited to see how far we can go from here. I'll keep cheering you on forever. Shout out to Bay. We have Ui here saying, Suisei, I've always been cheering you on, master. We have another one here. Congratulations on establishing your own personal office, Suisei. Thank you so much for showing me many paths. So from now on, as a fellow companion, I will be cheering you on Sui-chan activities, cheering on Sui-chan's activities up close. So it's just all love from everybody. I looked at the live stream, and I believe from what I saw, right? I don't know how far into the live stream I had. I think it had 140,000 live concurrent viewers. If you go look at it now, I think the video itself is at about 250K as of recording this video. But yeah, I just had to get on here and talk about that because Suisei is doing a lot for Hololive and VTubing, right? I think, I'm just going to say, I think XQC even watched one of her live performances and was like, yeah, this is insane. So even VTuber haters can't hate on Suisei because she's just that much of a GOAT. But chat, I hope Suisei, I hope nothing for the best for Suisei, and she is the best, so she's already got what she needed. But chat, let me know how you guys feel. Comment, like, subscribe, I'll catch you gamers in the next one. Bye.